Good evening, everyone. I'm Dionysius, and we're here tonight with Orlando Wilson, and we will be discussing about ISO in the close protection business. Orlando?
What do you want to know about ISO in the close protection business?
Is there any applicability of ISO in close protection business? Because I hear clients asking for it sometimes.
I think for some of the bigger man guarding companies, they have it. But as far as I'm concerned, ISO is an administrative qualification. It's about running your office more than anything else. It's nothing to do with standards of close protection or anything else. I think you said to me there's some firearms companies saying their courses are ISO. Okay, what does ISO know about firearms training? You can have your coffee shop ISO'd, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can have your sex toy business ISO'd, and you can also have your firearms company ISO'd. So I don't know. I don't see a connection between sex toys and firearms. I'm sure some people do, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see a connection. It's an administrative qualification. I think these people that can find nothing else are just getting this ISO qualification.
So some people are making money by approving sex toys and guns?
I'm sure that would be a good business. I was approached. You mean I'm skeptical about all this stuff because again, if you know the person, and this is how a lot of this stuff works, right? If we're honest about things, if you know the person that will approve the course, then approve your ISO qualification, you go them, you give them $100 or $150, and you got the qualification, which I'm sure how it works, or certification. I'm sure how it works in a lot of places. Let me put it to you this way about these accredited courses. Let me bash somebody. There's one course coming out of UK. It's level whatever for hostile environment close protection firearms course. And I took a look at the program when this first came out, and I said, well, this is complete BS. But people are selling this course.
Okay.
And people are going to spending money for this course, good money. And I looked at the requirements for the course, and it's just complete BS. Looking at it from a firearms point of view, and I've designed courses for training private individuals and law enforcement internationally. There's no courses of fire. There's no ammunition requirements. There's no specification on the types of weapons that need to be used. There's nothing. So to me, it's a complete BS course. And I've spoken to some people that's done this course, and they've done the course with airsoft.
But it has ISO.
No, this isn't ISO. This is somebody else. This is one of the UK accrediting companies, but it's good. One of the named accrediting companies that's accrediting a close protection, hostile environments firearms course where the students don't have to use firearms. Does that make sense to you? So this says to me, somebody at this accrediting body who knows nothing about firearms, nothing about the close protection business, has received some papers in front of them, and because they tick the boxes on man hours and this and that and everything else, and they just signed off on it.
Okay.
But to me, it's a completely fraudulent qualification. Put it to you this way: I bash the US a lot, especially state of Florida. But if you look at the state of Florida qualification for armed security guards,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of armed security guards, licensed armed security guards in the state of Florida, I wouldn't want around me with a firearm because they're dangerous, right? But at least those guys and girls have had to go on and done a proper firearms course. They have to shoot if they're not signed off on by their dodgy instructor. They've had to shoot a specific course of fire and use a specific firearm that is they have to carry. In theory, they shouldn't be carrying a firearm they have not used to pass their course of fire. Okay, that to me, if somebody comes to me with a basic Florida security guard license, or if they've passed the qualification, I know what standard they're at. If you're coming at me with a level, whatever they call it, level 4 close protection hostile environment firearms course, I don't know what the hell you've done.
Mm-hmm.
You could have played with guns, you could have played with airsoft.
Okay.
Now let's think about this from a client's perspective, right? You got somebody that's been honest. They put down in front of you they passed the Florida security guard firearms qualification for a pistol, 9mm pistol, and maybe they've also qualified with a 45 or 40, right?
Okay.
Now you got some other person turn up that's got a level 4 hostile environment close protection firearm certificate. who are you going to rate as being the most qualified person out of those two?
Well, the second sounds
Sexier.
larger than life.
But it is larger than life because it's complete BS.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody has signed off on this, and this is an accredited course. You know what I mean? To me, it's completely fraudulent. They need to be honest about what the course is. It's not, as I say, from a firearms perspective, from a firearms instructor's perspective, it's complete BS because it's not a professional course. But people are making money from it. So let's kick back to ISO. Okay, if you've got accredited courses that are out there and people are spending money for, they're complete BS when we talk about professional firearms training. Okay, what relevance is ISO to the firearms business or close protection business if we put it into context of who are the people signing off on these courses? Who are the people issuing these certifications? And do they know anything about the firearms business? Do they know anything about the close protection business? Do they know anything about the security business? Or if they're just receiving a bunch of papers in front of them, and because they tick the boxes on man hours, and yes, we clean the toilets every 2 hours, and we inspect their trash cans, and we make sure our sex toys are specific colors and sizes. Okay, then you get the certification.
Okay, so guns, dildos, and certification. That's all for tonight.
Yeah, that's ISO, but I'm not going to say they're accrediting anything that's worthy. If somebody comes to me with an ISO qualification, okay, it says you run your office good. If you're trying to push that as a firearm standard or a close protection standard, I'd say stick with the sex toys.
Okay, thank you everyone. That's all for tonight. If you want to see more from us, subscribe, and if you want a specific answer to a specific question, we will be happy to see your questions in the comments. Thank you.